Been using UAVs since 2006. Purchased my first one, flew it, and then 2007 was the first season. And I've used UAVs to spot anomalies and different things in the field that we can't see from the ground. It's helped me make better management decisions. So I farm in north central Idaho, about 1,300 acres, a diversified farm. Our main crops are winter wheat, spring wheat, and then legumes, peas, lentils, and garbanzo beans. I've been a former County Farm Bureau president, and I've served at the national level for the National Association of Wheat Growers on a couple different committees, and very familiar with the regulation process, and hopefully we can work with the FAA to get rules and regulations to fly a little better in our rural communities. For me, the frustration is I've been at this for 8 years, longer than anybody else. I filed the first petition to the FAA for commercial rules. That was back in 2008, so we're 8 years gone, and we still don't have permanent rules, and we still don't have agriculture at the table to help make common sense rules how we can use them. The good news is the FAA is moving, and we should have permanent rules in 2016. It's a common sense approach. I understand the task ahead of the FAA of keeping the airspace safe. When we have the most congested airspace of any nation in the United States, I wouldn't want to be the director who is on watch if something happens. So I'm the VP of Agriculture for Measure, Drones as a Service, and we put pilots in place to fly over agriculture areas. We also have 3 other divisions: energy, infrastructure, and insurance, which is property and casualty. The agriculture division we are able to fly anywhere in the United States outside of restricted airspace. We have over 250 exemptions. Each exemption is for a specific airframe, which allows us great flexibility of not only the airframe type of drone, but also the different sensor packages you can put on there. And our tagline is, we are safe, legal, and insured. We actually have pilots on staff, we do all the paperwork, and so all the liability and risk is on us. Right now, Measure, we're flying anywhere in the United States. We have a 5,000 acre minimum for the growing season, and so that could be one farm 5 times throughout the year, or if you partner with your neighbors, fly together at $4 an acre. So if I look at winter wheat, $5.50 a bushel, the cost for 1 acre flight is 0.73 bushels an acre. So I can blow that outside the back of the combine if I don't set it right. But what we're able to do is allow flexibility and keep the technology up to date as things come on. And we take that burden off the farmer or the crop advisor to help cover those acres, freeing up time and resources that at the farm level is usually a pretty pricey commodity. So what we offer as a base package is an RGB image, just a color image, along with an NDVI, Normalized Differential Vegetative Index. And that's an analytic tool. The image has a value between 0 and 1. Now we can write algorithms to make mathematical sense out of a picture. We can do number crunching, you're doing standard deviation, you're doing the mean value for test plots, which is the same type of thing you would do right out in the field. And we can take that information and do variable rate nitrogen. We can make zones for you into a format that goes right into the cab of your combine or sprayer. We help spot anomalies, animal damage. If there's tile or drainage problems, you can see where you need to do other tile out your field. So it's a lot of it is up to the grower it's a management tool. How can I make better management decisions by the information that's I'm seeing from the air? So Measure has a very good relationship with the FAA. Our CEO, Brandon DeClet, is on the UAS Registration Task Force in DC. And so the lines of communication are open, and we're working with the FAA to try to have a better process, a more timely process that fits the needs of agriculture, that timeliness. One of the issues is the COA, the COA process, of being able to have areas to fly in at 400 feet or in emergencies. Right now it's about a 60-day process. That needs to be a lot shorter time frame for us commercial operators. And so what do we need to do? We need to do a better job of educating not only FAA on the needs in rural America, but also our members of Congress. We need to have them understand how this can be a benefit to the rural America and the farming countries out there, not only in terms of helping productivity, but conserving resources and generating a better economy. There's a yield gap. There's a maximum farmers can usually achieve, and that's about 80% of productivity. Some of the factors that don't allow us to reach maximum productivity are weather. Some of them are bad decisions, equipment, faulty happenings, a disc not operating right, a seeder not working right, whatever it might be. And some of them are just from not having good management. By having a UAV, we can gain about 2 or 3% of productivity by doing better management. And not only that, we're reducing our costs. So can we increase yields? I'm not going to say that because each operation is different, but based on my experience on my own farm, it has helped me save costs and become a better manager. In my lifetime, if you think about it, I only have 40 chances of getting the perfect crop. And I'm in a 3-year rotation, winter wheat 1 year, spring grain the next, and then a legume. So now that 40 chances is down to about 13 in my lifetime. How can I get the perfect crop? So those odds aren't very good. We all thought we were gamblers being farmers. Now you start adding that in there, and UAVs can help us do a better job of that. I'm at the American Farm Bureau trade show and convention, and one of the most interesting questions or comments I've had at our booth and throughout the show is, we had a fixed wing aircraft here, and people are coming up, oh, that's a drone? It doesn't have helicopter type propellers on it. Well, what the media has done is they've used these multi-rotors, a quadcopter, hexacopter, and have put that on the front page news and in the top stories. That's also a UAV or a drone. And a lot of those have been designed and sold for the consumer market and not the professional market. A lot of them are using just an off-the-shelf camera or a video camera. What we're doing is analytics. We're using a 5-channel multi-spec camera with an incident light sensor. And so when the image is taken in May, the same parameters are in play come June, July, and August. So that information is relevant throughout not only the growing season, but throughout different growing seasons. And so my caution to growers and users of UAVs is, one, make sure you are flying legal. There are rules out there that you have to follow. And if you use the images on your operation to help make management decisions, you are no longer hobby, but you are commercial and apply to the FAA regulations. Over this 10-year period of being in UAVs, I've watched the industry grow. 2007, I was in Info Ag doing a presentation in front of farmers and crop advisors. And I threw out the term UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, to blank stares. Nobody knew what a UAV or drone was. Fast forward to 2013, it's one of the hottest topics out there. Now all the major trade publications for agriculture are carrying at least one story, where before you didn't hear anything about it. And now UAVs are one of the hottest topics and fastest growing topics at agriculture conventions and meetings out there. And so where are we going? Technology's not going away. If we take a look back to 1995 when Windows computers came out, everybody now pretty much has a computer on their desk, if not in their pocket with a smartphone. Technology is not going away, and UAVs are going to help agriculture into the future. It is the key to agriculture on the information age. We are no longer the Industrial Revolution, we are on the information revolution, and UAVs are the ones that are going to be writing the story. So when landowners and customers are looking at service contracts, there's a couple things to be wary of. One, on the data side, who are they sharing that information with? Are they sharing it with a third party? Are they keeping your needs in there? And then from an operator side with UAVs, are they safe, legal, and assured? Do they have a pilot on staff? Do they have all the right certifications? Make sure you check that out as well. Because the one thing, I've worked hard over this 10 years to try to see this UAV agriculture industry grow for commercial use, and I don't want to see it messed up. And so the other one is, I want to make sure our people on the ground, our farmers and growers, are protected. and are getting the best possible service out there for their dollars. So our base package, one is a color image. RGB is what it's called in the field. You just take your camera, a color picture, and you can see these spots out here, right there. You can't see them from the ground. What they were is areas in the field where I had to stop the combine during the harvest. The pea vines plugged up on the back end, and when you stop a combine, two things happen. One, that all the chaff goes out the backside, and two, you got a bare spot underneath. There's no residue there, so we didn't have as good of a stand of wheat, winter wheat, going through the winter. The other product we do is an NDVI, Normalized Differential Vegetative Index, and it's classifying the different wheat in the area as far as health and stand health. And you can see the red is worse, green is your better stands. You can see where I double seeded here. In between the rows, I've got a little bit of weeds and that coming here that we needed to spray. And then if we take a look, this is the final product. This is what you would put in the cab of a tractor or a sprayer. This is a variable rate map for nitrogen. This would be our lowest rate of nitrogen, green is our highest rate, and then you've got a medium best and a medium poor right there. So this is variable rate on 4 zones instead of 3. And what Measure has done, we've developed a drone value calculator, and it's open for release. You can go to our website, www.measure.aero, that's AERO, and play around with that calculator to see what it will cost you on your operation for a flight and for a specific commodity, and also how you could save money by doing variable rate application.